Already completed.
Okay, you have already completed. And anyone, we are starting in 2-3 minutes. People are joining. It is already 7:30. So anyone more you want to give your Orpita Datta? I think I know you. Are you from Bellevue, Orpita? Orpita, are you from Bellevue? Suresha Oja. Acha, Ananya, few people will not understand Bengali at all, so we need to keep the conversation in English and Hindi. But if anyone wants to say anything about yourself, acha, Pothik Laha, can I know who is this? Because this is a communication class, we want to know each other. Hi, Orpita,
Hello,
bolo.
am I audible, Dada?
Yes, yes.
No, Dada. Actually, currently I'm working under.
Not audible, Orpita. Uh, cannot hear you, maybe because of network. Yes,
Uh, am
yes,
I now, Dada?
yes, yes, yes.
Actually, network is very poor in
Yes,
my
yes,
area.
yes. Yes, tell me about yourself.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Hmm.
Yes, my name is Good Evening, Calcutta University on 2016, and currently I'm working under an nephrologist as a renal dietitian since last 4 years. Uh, and yes, that's it.
Okay, so great to know that you are a renal nutritionist. So now our renal classes are going on. So please connect with me offline, as I think you know your phone, know my phone number also. Are you in our WhatsApp
Sure,
group,
Dada.
or
Surely.
you have got this link from Facebook?
No, Dada, I'm in the WhatsApp group also.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you, Arpita. So without any delay, we should start now, and we will continue that introduction part. Anyone wants to tell us about yourself, so we can uh, just have your introduction later on, because as it is a communication class, it is very much important for us to know each other. Okay, just wait for 1 minute. I'm starting. So a very good evening to everyone. Hope I am audible, Pooja. So today's class will be basically on the communication skill, and we are conducting communication courses or communication classes or master classes along with our medical nutrition therapy courses. And this is not restricted for the nutrition student. As you know that communication is important for each and everyone, and from where the communication starts when before we start speaking, and we learn communication from our mother, from our parents, from our grandparents. So this is by default we learn the communication, and we first our mother or father speaks with us and how to communicate. So communication is not about language only, communication is also body language. So when a baby unable to speak, the baby expresses about the feeling, that when the baby is hungry, when the baby is upset, when the baby is very happy. So the baby can express the communication with the help of their expressions. So it is a very important thing. But in this globe, when we are exposed to the commercial world, or we are exposed to this the technical world, when we are going for internship, when we are going for job, so it become very difficult for us to cope up with the environment. Because as you know, somebody we belong from, as me also belong from a small town and not from a very big city, and later on I have to cope up with Kolkata because I'm staying here from since last 20-25 years. So that is a very important thing for all of us to communicate, because when you are exposing from the college or school, when you are going to the join any office or join any internship, so first the communication is with the HR or the communication is with the department head. They usually takes our interview, and this is very important that your body language, your way of talking, if it is in the English, so how to talk with that person, that is very much important for us. Even if you are very much good in your subject, for example, you are masters in food and nutrition, maybe you are PhD in food and nutrition, but with only because of the communication you are not getting that job. So that is very unfortunate for us, that only because of the speaking skill or the communication we are not getting that job. So that we need to learn. Even if you are doing a patient counseling, we need to talk with the patient. If you are doing a community practice, for example, so you are going to a society or you are talking with the parents, or in a village or rural area, you are educating the breastfeeding mother, you are educating some population regarding the cancer nutrition, so you have to speak in their language. Again, when you are going to speak in a corporate, for example, you are going to speak for IBM, TCS, or any kind of corporate, so you have to speak in their language so that they are the sophisticated class, I'd say, they can understand what you want to say about a balanced diet. So the same, the term is balanced diet. It is only the balanced diet you are telling about. For example, it is a nutrition month and you are a qualified nutritionist or dietitian, and your company, or maybe I am asking you to go to some places and do a nutrition workshop. So communication will be very important skill for that kind of things. So we, in this session, in the today's session, there will be many mock type of thing, interview, communication skill on diet counseling. So I like to invite Ananya ma'am, Ms. Ananya Ghosh. So she is more than 10 years of experience in this field. She has worked as an HR, she is an academician, and also she's an PhD scholar. She is teaching in the colleges, mostly the hotel management and the management colleges. And there also her job, especially, the hotel management peoples are very much disciplined, and their communication plays a very, very important role. So thank you all for joining the session in a very short notice. We have given the notice in the morning only after 10. So welcome, Ananya ma'am.
Yes, very, very good evening to all of you. So many of you know me, and many of you know me just by the name, and there are many of you who doesn't know me well. So my first task would be to introduce myself to all of you. I also got to know a few of you in the beginning. A few of you were giving your introductions in the beginning, so it was very nice to know. And as most of you are from the nutrition or dietitian background, as you all probably are associated with the name of Cognize Nutrition, and our communication classes venture actually started with the Cognize Nutrition only, though I take communication classes in as a part of my curriculum or in my college. So but to take it separately to understand the need of people in this profession, it mainly started with Cognize, and that's how I got accustomed with so many nutrition students also. So as sir has already introduced me, I am not from nutrition background, I'm from management background, and where I understood the importance of communication only when I was associated with this management courses, or when I started studying the management courses. To be very honest, before that I also used to take communication, or this speaking in English or all these things in a very casual way. We don't pay much attention. Only when we have to face an interview, only when we get a call for an interview, we are suddenly very much concerned ki how to speak, how to express ourselves, and the day before interview we start preparing ourselves. So not only for an interview, communication is a part of life in every sphere, as sir told with a very nice example, that communication starts from the day when we are born, when a child is born. And communication, learning to speak in English or communication skills won't be a problem if we understand the psychology. It's nothing to memorize. It's nothing that we have to again go back and open our grammar books and sit with our grammar books. It's not like that. Okay. So if you just follow the way a child learns to speak, that will be very helpful in learning any language. And especially when we talk about communication, yes, it is true, we talk about English, speaking in English, and that's where we get nervous, because if it is our mother tongue, at least it's much better to express ourselves. It's We are much comfortable to express ourselves. When it comes to English, we are a little bit nervous, and fortunately or unfortunately, it has become the medium of formal communication. English has become the medium of formal communication, whether we go for an interview, or we are in a corporate, or we have to deliver a speech somewhere. So many places. And when it comes that you have to go for public speaking, and that is also in English, we get nervous. It's not because of the fact that you are weak in English. Maybe you have a good knowledge of English, your results in English was good in school, but when it comes to speaking, we get nervous. That's because we are not practiced with the language, we are not accustomed with the language. Okay. So first of all, welcome all of you, and thanks for joining this. I really hope it would be a very interesting session today. So we will I will
Just a minute to interrupt you. So
Yes,
the
sure.
dear students or the dear people who have joined, those who are not the student of Cognize 6-month MNT, that is medical nutrition therapy, or those who are not the student of communication batch, those who are totally new today. So please put in the chat box, please put your name, mobile number and the organization name. If you are a student, then put your organization name from where you belong. And if you are a working professional, then put the organization name where you are working, so that we can connect further with you if there is any kind of session on medical nutrition therapy or communication or any subjects. So I request you during the session, please pay concentration, please concentrate in the session. And those who are new to the platform, there is a chat box. So for those who have joined from the mobile, you know the Google Meet already. So there is a triple dot. You click on the triple dot, and there is a message option. You just put your full name, mobile number, and from the organization or the place also from where you belong. If it is outside West Bengal also, you just put your thing. So this courses or this class will be going to be very interesting. Yes, over to Ananya ma'am.
Yes, yes. That is what I was trying to start the conversation with. That before we learn what is communication, why do we need communication, and all these things, first of all, yes, first of all, why? The why part, how we should improve. Generally, what happens, my communication is weak, and I just focus on, some random tips. Maybe I go to YouTube, I go to Google, and I just search for some random tips by which I can improve myself. It is not bad to search in Google and YouTube. There is so many rich information over there. But before that, you have to know yourself. What is your problem? Just like you go to the doctor, if the doctor is not able to understand your problem, if you are not able to express your problem, if you are not able to say your symptoms, your treatment is not going to be right. So just in the same way, communication do starts with the right diagnosis of your problem. So a part of the diagnosis, you can make it yourself. What is my problems? Try to analyze in your free time that what are the things I really face problems in. And next, when you are doing any course or when you are learning communication from somewhere, you may take help of anyone who is good in communication, or a trainer or a groomer, to understand or to express to him or her that these are my problems. Whenever I talk to any student, the first thing I do ask them is, what is the problem you face? And in my classes also, whenever we have communication classes, I do take personal attention for all, because I feel that the need for all is not the same. Some problems are common to all, but few things are specific to us. I have some problems which others don't have. So the first thing is personal attention. Give yourself attention, give yourself some time to understand that what is my problems, what exactly my problems are. So before I start, I would like some of you, any of you, to unmute yourself. I will not ask to give in the chat box because some other messages are, you are giving your name, contact number in the chat box. So you might unmute yourself and tell me what exactly you face when it comes to communicating, or when you go for an interview, when it comes to speaking in English. What exactly you feel, what exactly is your problem? Anyone may
Anyone
unmute
can
yourself.
volunteer yourself, anyone. I'm
Anyone.
telling in Bengali যে কমিউনিকেশন করতে গেলে, কারোর সাথে কমিউনিকেট করতে গেলে, বাইরের লোক বা পাবলিক স্পিকিং की ধরনের সমস্যার সম্মুখীন হই। अगर हम कम्युनिकेट करने के लिए जाते हैं कोई ऑफिसेस, इंटरव्यूज और एनी पब्लिक फोरम, तो कैसा कैसा एक दो पॉइंट हम लोगों को बताइए, सो दैट विल बी इजी फॉर अनन्या मैम सो टू कंटिन्यू द सेशन। कम्युनिकेशन में क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम होता है?
आप अपने कंफर्टेबल लैंग्वेज में बोल सकते हैं, बंगाली, इंग्लिश, जो भी है,
हिंदी,
Hindi,
but
anything.
we need interaction first.
Yes.
Not our students first, the new ones,
Yes, the new ones, right.
then obviously our students.
ম্যাম বলবো?
একদম, yes. Who is this?
সুরেশা ওঝা।
Sure.
একটু নিজের
First
সম্বন্ধে
one,
একটু বলে
yeah.
দিলে ভালো হয়। I don't know you.
Yes.
আমি সুরেশা ওঝা from TDP রানীগঞ্জ কলেজ,
Okay.
food and nutrition student.
Okay, Suresh. Good to
ম্যাম
know.
ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজের একটা প্রবলেম আছে, এন্ড যখন যেহেতু ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজের প্রবলেম আছে, সেহেতু মানে কোনো কিছু কমিউনিকেট করতে গেলে অপোজিট সাইডের যে পার্সন থাকে তাকে একটা মানে বোঝাতে তার ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজে, বা আমরা সেই ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজটাতে যেহেতু কমন হয়, তাই আমাদেরকে মানে তাদের সঙ্গে ইন্টারাকশন করতে একটা প্রবলেম হয়।
Do you want to mean English?
English, I guess. You want to mean any language or English? মানে তোমার comfortable language না হলে problem হয়, or you just is telling about English?
হ্যাঁ, নিজের যদি ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজটা হয় তাহলে তাকে বোঝাতে, বা তার
Yes.
যে ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজটা মানে সুবিধা হচ্ছে
Okay.
সেই ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজটাতে বোঝালে পরে মানে তারও একটা কমফোর্টেবল ফিল হয়।
কিন্তু তোমার এমনি পাবলিকে কথা বলতে কোনো অসুবিধা হয় না তো? যদি এটা বাংলাতে হয়, if it is in your language you don't have to speak problem in difficulty in speaking, right?
হ্যাঁ, yes sir, right.
Okay, then that means you can speak, only language is coming as a barrier. Okay, Ananya
Yes.
ma'am.
That is the purpose of asking, because in communication we have various problems. Some people are good in the language.
Just one or two, let us madam just take one or two questions again. মানে আমরা
Yes.
আগে দেখে নি ওরা কি বলছে। যেমন একটা পেলাম ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ,
One is in language, yes. So one
আচ্ছা,
is
আর কিছু কারো প্রবলেম?
Rimpa, right?
Yes, I want to say.
Acha.
Yes. Ananya ma'am, if you can write down the names. Yes, can you just introduce yourself?
Chakraborty Banerjee. When I try to tell something,
Yes,
I
please.
don't know how to start and how to finish. I cannot express myself.
You cannot
This is my
express.
problem.
Okay. So এটা কেন হয়, like is it because of the language? Now you feel nervous when you go to public. What is
both
you are
problem.
feeling? So your name is Shuli Mala
Chakraborty Banerjee.
Chakraborty.
Okay. From which institute? Masters?
Vidyasagar University.
Okay.
We got
Thank
two
you.
answers from Shuresha and Shuli Mala, and two
Anyone?
different problems.
Two
Anyone
different
else would
problems.
like to come?
আর কেউ বলতে চাও নিজের সম্বন্ধে কি প্রবলেম হয় কমিউনিকেট করতে গেলে?
I don't want to make this session monotonous with one way speaking. একটু interactive হলে না, it's better. Yes. Yes.
স্যার, হ্যাঁ ম্যাম, আমি উপমা রয়।
হ্যাঁ, বলো।
আমার এই ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজের ভীষণ প্রবলেম হয়, মানে কমিউনিকেট করার জন্য ভীষণ প্রবলেম হয়।
আচ্ছা,
আমি নিজেকে নার্ভাস ফিল করি।
ওকে,
মানে কথা বলতে গেলে নার্ভাস ফিল করো, তাই তো?
হ্যাঁ।
আচ্ছা, বাই নেচার কি তুমি একটু লেস স্পোকেন, নাকি অনলি বিকজ দ্য চেঞ্জ অফ ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ ইউ ফিল, মানে ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজটা অত কমফোর্টেবল না বলে নার্ভাস হও, নাকি বাই, অনেকে হয় না লাইক বাই নেচার একটু কম কথা বলে, লেস স্পোকেন কাইন্ড অফ, ইজ ইট লাইক দ্যাট?
মানে তুমি কি তোমার ফ্যামিলি মেম্বার বা রিলেটিভ বা নতুন রিলেটিভদের সাথেও কি হেজিটেট করো, নাকি নিউ এনভায়রনমেন্টে?
না, নিউ কোনো এনভায়রনমেন্টে হলে
New
তখন
environment.
প্রবলেম হয়।
বুঝতে পেরেছি। সো এটা জবের জন্য একটা ভেরি ইম্পর্টেন্ট, বিকজ
Very
যে
good.
কোনো জবে তুমি যাচ্ছ, তো
Hmm.
তোমাকে তো তাদের সাথে কথা বলতে হবে না, কমিউনিকেশন ইজ ভেরি মাচ ইম্পর্টেন্ট। বাট
Absolutely.
বা ইফ ইট ইজ নট এ মানে রোজ দিন মিটিং না হোক, কিন্তু ইফ ইউ আর কাউন্সিলিং দ্য পেশেন্ট, তোমার কাছে অনেক ধরনের পেশেন্ট হবে, মেনি পেশেন্ট উইল কাম and you have to talk with them, so it is very important. Okay, any more? Then otherwise Ananya ma'am will continue.
হ্যালো
Anyone?
স্যার।
Yes,
So
Shipal.
question. Okay, yes.
হ্যালো স্যার, আমি রিসেন্টলি বিদ্যাসাগর ইউনিভার্সিটি থেকে ক্লিনিক্যাল নিউট্রিশনের উপর এমএসসি কমপ্লিট করেছি। তো স্যার ওই ইন্টার্নশিপ বা কোনো জবের ক্ষেত্রে স্যার আমার এটা প্রবলেম হয় যে আমি অ্যান্সারটা হয়তো জানি কিন্তু আমি সেভাবে এক্সপ্রেস করতে পারি না, মানে বোঝাতে পারি না ওই ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজের জন্যই, মানে ইংলিশে থরলি বলতে একটু
কিন্তু ইংলিশ
অসুবিধে হয়।
ছাড়া তো অনেক জায়গায় বাংলাতেও ইন্টারভিউ হয় ওয়েস্ট বেঙ্গলে। হ্যাঁ, কোনো হসপিটালে গিয়ে চিফ
হ্যাঁ স্যার,
ডায়েটিশিয়ানরা বাংলাতেও কথা বলেন, এরকম না যে।
মানে স্যার একটু নার্ভাস হয়ে যায়, তাই জন্য
হ্যাঁ,
অ্যান্সারটা জানা থাকলেও বোঝাতে পারি না, এটাই।
সো এই টিপস গুলো আমরা এই সেশন, মানে আজকে তো ইজ ইট এ ডেমো সেশন, সো এই 2 month সেশনে ম্যাডাম উইল মানে teach you the tips how, and you will able to learn these things. Because see, ami as a corporate, I worked for a nutrition company for more than 10 years, and more than 6 years I was the dietitian head for the eastern region. So I have taken more than 200 interviews. So I find that people coming from very good universities, and they have 80% or 90% marks. So this in this pandemic you can see the marks number percentage has increased, but the problem is communication. When I am asking something to express, and we are not taking theoretical interview, we are taking practical interviews. Because tomorrow if you got selected, if you get selected in my company, I will ask you to go to patient counseling, or you have to work, I will expose you to a new environment. So that's why communication is very much important, and I am very happy that you people are interacting, you are saying your problem, because this platform is not a platform to hesitate. We should tell, we should speak out our problem, otherwise we cannot help you. And তোমরা যে ইম্পর্টেন্সটা বুঝছো কমিউনিকেশনের, and you have joined from different colleges, so that is also very important, because people do not understand the need of the communication skill. Okay, so move on, Ananya.
Just ask one thing. Anyone from a non-nutrition background, because I guess I had sent it to people from my college also. Anyone from NIPS? Anyone from NIPS Hotel Management College? Yes, if I'm not wrong, Avijit Sinha, you are from NIPS?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so why are you are not replying? The purpose for asking you is, see, because we want to have, know about like how communication is affecting different backgrounds. So Avijit, you are comfortable in whichever language, English, Bengali, Hindi, you can share with us ki aapke field में, profession में, as hotel management, you are in the field of hospitality or hotel management. So what is the importance of communication, you feel like? Do you feel that, speaking, confident public speaking, or these things are very important? Because there are people from other fields also over here. So it will be very nice if you can share just 1 or 2 words with us in any language you want.
Ma'am, please pardon. I can't understand. Please
Huh.
pardon.
Yes. Avijit, you are comfortable in, what is your mother tongue? Bengali, Hindi?
Ma'am, Hindi.
हिंदी. हाँ, तो मैं जो पूछ रहा हूँ कि आप जो फील्ड में हो, दैट इज हॉस्पिटलिटी मैनेजमेंट, होटल मैनेजमेंट, इजंट इट? तो एंड यू हैव स्पेंट क्वाइट अ लॉन्ग टाइम ओवर देयर, यू आर ऑलरेडी लर्निंग ओवर देयर. तो आपको क्या लगता है हॉस्पिटलिटी मैनेजमेंट में, डू यू फील दैट कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स, पब्लिक स्पीकिंग जो है ना, या स्पोकन इंग्लिश, या फिर व्हेन यू गो फॉर एन इंटरव्यू, व्हाट प्रॉब्लम्स यू फेस? मतलब आप पर्सनली क्या प्रॉब्लम्स फेस करते हो, या अगर नहीं भी करते हो तो आपको क्या लगता है इंपॉर्टेंस क्या है कम्युनिकेशन का, इन योर पर्सनल टर्म्स यू कैन से?
And in my personal terms, in our hospitality management, we have to speak
Right.
in front of the guest. Like, so that's इस मतलब कि मैम उसके सामने हम लोग को स्पीक करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि हम लोग मतलब कि इंग्लिश हम लोग को आता है, ठीक है, आता
Exactly.
है, बट वो नर्वस में और टेंशन के वजह से वो हम लोग मतलब एग्जैक्टली वर्ड नहीं बोल पाते हैं, लाइक
Yes.
ग्रामेटिकल मिस्टेक इज देयर।
Yes,
तो
right.
मैम वही वही प्रॉब्लम है मैम, बस नर्वस की वजह से नहीं बोल पाते, और इंग्लिश समझ में आता है बट बोलने में, कम्युनिकेट
जब
करने में
बोलने
बस
जाते हैं
प्रॉब्लम
नर्वस
होता है
हो
ये।
जाते हैं एंड द स्पेशल स्पेशली why I am asking you is because it is a field what I have felt while teaching there or being there for a long time, that in hospitality management na, you cannot from day one you are being focused on grooming and how to represent yourself, how to dress yourself, how to talk yourself in front of public, because you are in the service industry, आपको directly कुछ service provide करना है लोगों को. So yes, thank you Avijit for sharing with us, and thank you others also for sharing things with us. There are we have people from different backgrounds over here, so that is very nice. So what I wanted to say that this is a part and parcel of every profession. It's not like कि किसी specific profession के लिए ये important है. You use communication in different professions in different ways, and even the people who are dietitians or nutritionists over here, so they are also in the service industry. They are directly interacting with people every time. So all my students who are from cognized nutrition or who are dietitians over here, you also know that you have to deal with people every time. You are not sitting at a place and just doing office work. So whether it is hotel management, whether it is MCA, I have MCA students here also, whether you are from nutrition background, every time you need to talk to people, you need to impress people, you need to express yourself. So that is the main thing we face our problems. So we have already got some problems. Let's take clue from there. Some Suresh, I guess na, Suresh Ojha. Yes. So some of you told that your problem is when it comes to the language. Some of you told that it's not about the language. When I just go in front of the public, I feel nervous. Like Avijit, you also told it's not about English. Maybe when you are speaking with a friend, you can speak it well. Or right now, also, you are quite well, you are speaking because of the virtual class. But when I'm going to the public speaking, I am feeling nervous. So either it is for the language, or either I know the language but still I feel nervous. So don't feel like your English is weak, so you are lacking behind a lot of people, because people with strong English are not also able to communicate well. So communication is not my conclusion in this is my communication is not restricted to one language. Spoken English and communication is not equal. Communication is expressing yourselves well. And yes, it's true. To express yourselves, you need to be comfortable with the language also. And a common language is English nowadays, and Hindi also sometimes, for those whose mother tongue is not Hindi. So Hindi and English are two things we need to be really comfortable in to deal with people. Okay. So this is how we will start our discussion. Before that, I will just share something which you all have already seen. So those who have already seen this ad, probably my screen is visible to all.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you have all seen this. So my communication classes generally revolves around these topics, which is started from spoken English, body language, and grooming, which two comes together. So along with speaking, we need to be groomed. We need to be having the right body language, and then this, after we are strong in these two pillars, we then move on to know about interview skills and how to make a good resume or CV. So this first 2 points which you can see here, spoken English and body language, this first two things are really important to make the base strong. These are the pillars. अगर इस चीज में हम confident है तो learning about interview, learning about PPT presentations, or giving a speech in the public, or any other things like dealing with your clients, dealing with your customers, is or dealing with patients is not going to be a huge problem. So these first two things are the base of communication. And in our classes, we also do have practice sessions, because I do believe communication classes has to be interactive. It can never be one-way classes. So we try to have practice sessions, role plays. Today also we are going to have one or two role plays by my previous students. Individual attention I try to give, because without that I don't feel these classes are complete. Okay. Mock interviews, I do try to take mock interviews, like what questions, how in an interview situation you are going to face, and patient counseling practices, especially for the nutrition students. So this is something specific. The rest other things are for all, that is in general. Okay. So this thing, and today also our discussion will revolve around all these things. We will start with this spoken English and body language. First, let us understand these two things, and then I will move to the next parts. Our role plays today, we have two role plays today, which will be based on interview skills, and the next role play will be possibly on patient counseling. Okay, by our very dear old students who had been with us for a long time. Okay, so we will definitely go to that. First, let us start with our discussions on spoken.
Ma'am,
Ma'am, you
you
are
are
on mute.
mute.
Hello, ma'am. You are on mute, ma'am.
Okay.
Miss Patrolika Dasgupta, you need to switch off your video for time being, but when you will speak, you can switch on your video. Thank you.
Yes, just 1 minute. Sorry, so I guess you missed whatever I told. I'm really sorry, I was on mute. I'm audible right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So, as I was telling, our classes are mainly focused on all these things, which starts from spoken English, body language, and grooming. And later on, we move on to interview skills, how to make a good resume, how to give PPT presentations. And then we move on to, and with each thing, we have practice sessions. It's not like that practice session are given in the end. With each thing, with each class, we have practice sessions, role plays. Try to give individual attention as much as I can, because that is very important. I try to have mock interviews, and as I told before, patient counseling practice is only for nutrition background students. Like in my last batch also, there were nutrition and non-nutrition students both. So this class is specifically centered for nutrition students. The rest other things are for all. Okay. So we will start our discussion today with the first thing. I hope the PPT is visible.
Yes, it is.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So we will start our discussion with a little, I won't give much time to the PPT, and don't want to make it monotonous. Just to give you a brief idea about communication, and taking from your answers only, I'll just move forward to different aspects of communication. We will try to understand different aspects of communication. Okay. So, firstly, as I started in the beginning, that communication is not only about spoken English, it's much more than that. And we all know that communication nowadays is important for success, but still we tend to ignore this particular thing. Even when we go to interview, what do you do at the day before interview? You will sit with your ki kori আমরা, like আমার we sit with our books, কি কি পড়তে হবে, কি দেখতে হবে, and try to shuffle our knowledge and all these things. And we really forget that interview is not like an exam যে last moment preparation নিয়ে আমি গেলে হয়ে যাবে. Interview doesn't ever work with last moment preparation. It will never work. So you have to prepare yourself for an interview right now. You don't have to wait for an interview opportunity to come to you. If you want to prepare at the last moment, it's really not going to work. Okay, because তাতে কি হবে, whatever you could have done সেটাও তুমি পারবে না, because you will get nervous. Okay, so I have written one line here: communication is the key to success, and আমি সেটাকে strike out করে দিয়েছি. So it doesn't mean that this line is wrong, but I will have a better line than this, that effective communication is the key to success. Communicate to সবাই করে নেয়. Everybody can talk, everybody can speak, everybody can talk with others, interact with others. That is a natural nature of human beings. Human beings are social beings, so we can interact with others. But the communication has to be very effective to crack in the interview, or to convince your patient, or to convince your client, or to make any impact on anybody. So it's not only communication, it is all about effective communication. Now, how to make that effective? এই যে effective ওয়ার্ডটা, এটা কিন্তু সিচুয়েশন টু সিচুয়েশন চেঞ্জ হবে। what situation you are going, তুমি কোথায় ইন্টারভিউতে তোমার এক্সপ্রেশনস, তোমার ওয়ে অফ টকিং একরকম হবে। when you are talking to a client of yours, then your expressions, your body language, your way of talking will be different. Or whenever you are giving a presentation or a speech somewhere, then it should be in a different way. So effective is related to the situation. আমি কোথায় গিয়ে কথা বলছি, हम कहाँ पे जाकर बात कर रहे हैं, कहाँ पे जाकर communicate कर रहे हैं. Okay, so that is very important. Now, knowing your problem. So you have already given, many of you have already given many of your problems. You have shared your problems with us, and there are so many others, I know. Because of shortage of time, আমরা হয়তো সবার problems গুলো এখানে শুনতে পারছি না, but after talking to 2-3 people, we have understood that the problem generally revolves around some few things. So let us see some common problems we face. The fear of public speaking. Okay, at any point of time, if I'm not audible, just somebody let me know. So the first thing is fear of public speaking. That
Perfectly
means,
audible.
okay, that means when we go in front of a lot of people, or even not lot of people, একটা ইন্টারভিউ যখন দিতে যাই হয়তো একজনই ইন্টারভিউর আমার সামনে বসে আছে, but that is also public speaking, because public speaking is going out of your comfort zone. আমার কমফোর্টেবল জোন, মেবি মাই ফ্যামিলি, মাই ফ্রেন্ডস, সেখান থেকে বাইরে গিয়ে যখন আমি কিছু করছি, that is public speaking. And someone of you already shared that also, that when I'm going to some new place, new area, I'm really afraid to speak, but I know the things. When I come out of that place, when I come out of that interview hall, I feel that এই আনসারটা তো আমি জানতাম, I could have answered this, but okhane out of nervousness I forget everything. So the first problem is fear of public speaking. The next is a very bad problem, is the assumptions we make. Like right now, when I'm telling you to unmute and say something, many of you are participating. Many of you may want to say, but তুমি ভাবছো কি এখানে বাকি যারা আছে, they will make some judgments on me. আমি যদি ঠিক করে ইংলিশে না বলি, আমি যদি ঠিক করে কথাটা না বলি, আমি কথা বললে আমাকে কিরকম শোনাবে, you make lot of assumptions in your head, and then you think কি চলো ঠিক আছে না, I will not say here. So you make the assumptions that others will judge you. But to be very honest, others always don't have so much time judging you, because you think about yourselves. তুমি যখন বসে এই ক্লাসটা করছো, are you really interested to judge others? You are always thinking about yourself. যখন অন্য কেউ কথা বলছে, जब कोई और बात कर रहा है, तो आप क्या सोच रहे हो बैठ के कि next if I speak, what would I speak? Can I speak in the same way? Can I speak better? So we are very concerned about ourselves. So same with others. Others are not so much interested to judge you all the time. So this is a very bad assumption we make unconsciously, not consciously every time. Even in the interview, we feel like, should I say like this? What would be the interviewer thinking about me? আমি যদি গিয়ে ইংলিশে না বলতে পারি, what would the interview? So এত কিছু assumptions বানিয়ে নিয়ে I get nervous. Okay, how do you know that you are not better than others who are going over there? Why do you every time feel that others who are going there are better than you? Always they are better than you. It might not happen. So every time you tend to think like this. I'm weak in English. That is also assumption. Because weak is a comparative word. আমি কার থেকে weak? তুমি আরেকজন কারো একটা ইংলিশ শুনে নিলে and you feel you are weak in English, but you might be better than some others. So this is also a comparative thing, which every time tell it to ourselves that I'm weak in English. Karan, unmute আছে, I guess. Somebody is on.
I have muted Arpita Vakat. So if you are in the session, please mute yourself kindly. And those who have not put your details, please put your details in the chat box. Your name, organization name, and phone number. and there are few senior persons are also. Yes, anyone wants to say something, Debjani, they, or any problem
Yes,
in between, you can
anytime
ask
you
on
can. Absolutely. In between, you unmute and ask something. Please, please do.
because
You don't have to.
I will
Yeah.
request you not to leave the session because we have some role play, practical
Role
role play
play.
on interview, on diet counseling, কিভাবে ইন্টারভিউ ফেস করবে, কিভাবে ডায়েট কাউন্সেলিং করবে, সেরকমও কিছু থাকবে। So that will be there. Yes, hotel management, there are few people, those who are putting their names in the chat box. Yes, please everyone put your name and details in the chat box so that we can communicate further. Yes, Ananya ma'am,
We
you can
have a role play
continue.
on a very nice initiative by our students. We have a role play on some interview questions also. So I will just finish it up very quickly. So another assumption is let others speak. যেটা আমরা তোমরা এখনো বসে ভাবছো কি বাকিরা আগে বলে নিক দেন আমি বলবো, ক্লাসেও যেটা হয় let others speak first, and that's where we lag behind every time. আন্ডার এস্টিমেশন বা ইনফেরিয়রিটি কমপ্লেক্স, তুমি নিজের জাজমেন্ট নিজেই আগে করে নাও। ইউ ডোন্ট গিভ দ্য অপরচুনিটি টু দ্য ইন্টারভিউয়ার, তুমি তার আগেই ভেবে নিলে আই এম লাইক দিস, আই এম লাইক দ্যাট, আদার্স আর বেটার দ্যান মি, আই উইল নট বি এবল টু জাস্টিফাই দিস ইন্টারভিউ। সো ইউ হ্যাভ অলরেডি মেড আ সার্টিফিকেট অফ ইউর সেলফ. So don't do that. Give the opportunity to the interviewer, give the opportunity to the audience to estimate your skills. So this is also very important thing. Most of the times we are not a good listener. That is why we don't become a good speaker. I have seen this repeated number of times, and I can be assured that the nutritionist or sir can also share it. Like when you are counseling patients, or even not the nutrition background students, the other students, when you are talking to a client, आपको किसी patient का या client का problem solve करना है, तो आप दो तीन चीज सुन के अपना you try to give your opinions, and there you will fail. You have to be a very good listener. जितना अच्छा listener आप बन पाओगे उतना अच्छा आप problem solve कर पाओगे. You will be a great problem solver. Okay, this is very interesting. Three types of people in terms of how we learn communication. Actually, there are a lot of types of people. Three types of people here I want to say is these are the three types which by which we can judge whether you will be able to learn communication or not. So let me clarify. The first type of people feel that I know my problems in communication and I want to improve. दैट मीन्स जो अभी अभी बहुत लोगों ने शेयर किया अपना प्रॉब्लम्स, कि मुझे अपना प्रॉब्लम पता है, एंड वो लोग इम्प्रूव भी करना चाहते हैं. बाय देयर टोन ओनली, बाय देयर वे ऑफ सेइंग ओनली, इट्स वेरी एविडेंट कि दे वांट टू इम्प्रूव, and that is why they have attended this session also. So I guess everybody who have attended this session do fall in this category or in the second category, which is I am not sure of my problems in communication but I want to improve. मुझे ठीक तरह से पता नहीं कि प्रॉब्लम क्या हो रहा है मुझ में, बट एवरी टाइम आई एम नॉट एबल टू कम्युनिकेट वेल. मेरा एग्जैक्ट प्रॉब्लम मुझे पता नहीं है, बट आई एम नॉट एबल टू कम्युनिकेट वेल, एंड स्टिल आई वांट टू इम्प्रूव. So all people who have joined today's session out of their busiest out of their busiest schedule and out of so many works you have in life, still you have time to attend this session. That means all of you falling in these two categories, that I want to improve. And the last category is I know my problems, or even if I don't know, whatever, but the main thing is I'm not interested to improve. ओके, आई टेक इट वेरी लाइटली कि कम्युनिकेशन से भी और ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट सब्जेक्ट है ना मेरे लाइफ में. इट्स नॉट अ बिग डील. आई शुडंट बी सो मच बॉदर्ड अबाउट इट. सो एनीवन वुड
এই
लाइक,
তিনটের মধ্যে তুমি কোন জায়গায় আছো? এই তিনটে কোশ্চেনের মধ্যে তোমার কোনটা? সো ফেয়ারলি ইউ ক্যান আনসার, unmute and answer or put in the chat box. So I am in this position. I know
you can just
my
type 1, 2 or 3. Yes,
1, 2, you can write in the chat box 1, 2 or 3. I know my problem in the communication and want to improve. মানে আমি জানি আমার প্রবলেমটা আমি ইমপ্রুভ করতে চাই। যেরকম কয়েকজন ইন্টারঅ্যাক্ট করলো, সুরেশা, ওঝা, উপমা, এরা করলো। কেউ বললো আই এম নট শিওর মাই প্রবলেম ইন কমিউনিকেশন, আমি জানি না কোন জায়গাটা ল্যাক করছি বাট আই ওয়ান্ট টু ইমপ্রুভ। এটা হচ্ছে নাম্বার 2। এন্ড নাম্বার 3 হচ্ছে আমি প্রবলেম জানি কিন্তু আমি ইমপ্রুভ ইন্টারেস্টেড নই, এই সব সাবজেক্ট করে কি হবে। সো এটাও ফেয়ার। কোনটা ফেয়ার আমার জন্য, সো সেটা আমরা করব। By that time, Ananya ma'am, you can continue because we
sure,
will
sure.
lack in the timing.
Yes, sure, sure. I'll just finish it off quickly.
Yes, people are
So
giving more or less 1 and 2 the
in
answer.
this slide we have just one important thing, that when we learn communication, especially English বা কোনো একটা new language, especially ইংলিশের ক্ষেত্রে হয়, because ইংলিশের ক্ষেত্রে what
Your
happens.
address in the chat box, name and phone number.
Yes. So we try to focus on either of these two things, either pronunciation or accent, because English is spoken in so many accents. If you talk about British English, if you talk about USA, if you talk about a French person speaking in English, so we watch movies in Netflix and we directly pick up the accent. So we have seen people, I have seen people who have really picked up the accent of any particular country. English কিন্তু বিভিন্ন কান্ট্রিতে নানা রকম ভাবে বলা হয়. So before you pick up any accent, it's good to pick up any accent you have, but before that be sure about your pronunciations. তুমি pronunciation ই ভুল বলছো and you are talking in kind of a British English or any other country, so that is really not going to sound well. First, focus on your pronunciations. And right now, in today's time, learning pronunciation is not a very big deal. We have Google in our hands. If we are confused about the pronunciation of any particular word, we can go to Google and see how it is being pronounced. And when you will search, you can see that it can be pronounced in different ways. So for a fair side, you can take up British English, which is quite clear and authentic form of English also. It's not bad to take up any other accents also. You can surely go for that, but be sure you don't pronounce it in a wrong way, in a totally wrong way. Okay. And yes, focus on your simple grammatical errors. Now for grammatical errors, as I told you, don't need to sit with your grammar book. You don't need to go back to your school days and open your grammar book. You have knowledge of grammar, but it will improve with practice. I will give a small example over here. Like for example, जिसका मदर टंग यहाँ पे बंगाली है, जिनका मदर टंग यहाँ पे हिंदी है, जैसे मेरा बंगाली है, तो আমাকে যদি এখন like अगर कोई मुझे बोलता है कि अभी बंगाली ग्रामर में they are asking me some questions, I'm sure I'm not be able to answer every questions in Bengali grammar. I have forgot a lot of things in Bengali grammar, but still I can speak well. You talk about a child, maybe a child of 5-6 years. उसको grammar का कितना पता है? He haven't even opened the grammar book in school maybe, for example, but he can speak quite well in his mother tongue without making mistakes. बहुत सारा sentences वो ठीक बोल लेगा in a 6-7 years child. तो उसको ग्रामर तो ठीक तरह से पता नहीं है, but still he can speak well in his language. So for learning a language, more than grammar, two things are very important. What are these two things? Remember this, very important. These are very important. You have to make it a part of your life. তুমি হঠাৎ করে একদিন গিয়ে কোথাও ইংলিশ বলবে and you expect to give a fluent speech, it will not happen. So you have to do three things, which I have shared in my classes also, that you have to listen to English as much as you can, not a news channel. You just open up a cartoon channel also, you just open up a Netflix movie, kuch bhi chala lo Hindi mein. Make a practice of listening to English at least once a day. You do have free time to watch anything, isn't it? जो आपको interesting लगता है वैसा कुछ YouTube में चला लो English में. So listening to English, observing or reading things in English, anything you feel interesting, you start reading in English, maybe a short article if you are not fond of reading, छोटा कोई चीज ही पढ़ना start कर दो. And the third thing is speaking in English. So listening, observing or reading, and then speaking. Make it a part of your day and see it, you will really be able to improve these things, because that's how a child learns. एक बच्चा कैसे सीखता है अपना language? He just copies everything he listens around him. He is very keen in observing people. It is a tendency of a child to observe people, and by copying others he will start learning the new language, but he is not learning grammar that time. So to learn to speak well in a language, only grammar is not important. What is important is to listen as much as possible. You can learn a lot by listening only. Just 1 minute. Yes. So as you know, there are two kinds of things, which is verbal and non-verbal. Verbal communication क्या होता है, जो हम अभी बात कर रहे हैं किसी language में. And another important thing is non-verbal communication, जो भी बहुत important है. Okay, so it includes anything which is not spoken. It can be your appearance, it can be your, you know, expressions, your postures, how you make eye contact with people. Okay, the tone of your voice, especially when you are not visible to people, आप phone पे बात कर रहे हो, तो the tone of your voice, the modulation of your voice, आप कैसे बात करते हो, this is very important. So not only the language, the way you say the language, the way you speak. So non-verbal language, non-verbal communication is the way you speak, the way you stand or sit or express or smile or look at people are really very, very important when it comes to public speaking. Even for an interview, it is very important. Okay. In communication, we need to make these things are very important. Okay. Communication can make a difference in your career, as you know, whether it comes for an interview or you have to attend group discussions. Like in many selection procedure, GD is an important part, group discussion. Or you want to face the corporate world, or you want to convince people, you give presentations, you want to inspire or motivate somebody, and many more. These are the different areas where we really need good communication. Not only English, but it can be in any other languages. Even I have seen people ki amra amader mother tongue e to comfortable, but we don't know how to make formal communication. We can speak well in the language. Kotha amra bole nebo, I am comfortable in Bengali or Hindi, I can speak well in Bengali or Hindi. But একটা public forum এ দাঁড়িয়ে একটা ইন্টারভিউতে গিয়ে কিভাবে কথা বলতে হবে, there we get confused, even after knowing my language. So communication is all about what to speak and how to speak. How to speak part is very, very important over here.
Many
Okay,
of you are from Holdia Institute. Sorry to interrupt.
yes.
They are putting their details in the group, and even your department madam was there. Momita madam was there for some time, but due to some emergency, she left. Rimpa ma'am is there from Mednapur College. Rama ma'am is there from Surendranath Rashtriya Guru College. So those who are the students from the respective colleges, Ramshoday College, Bakura Shambhalani College, please put your name, college name and phone number so that we can understand who is from which background or which colleges. Yes, you can continue, and very soon we will come to the role play.
Yes, this is this
We will
basic
not
thing is
discuss
over.
so much of the theory today, because in one day we cannot teach you communication. It is very difficult that one day, but Ananya ma'am is giving the basic tips. But is
Yes.
it possible that one day we will give everything? Every thing is not possible. Okay, you continue.
So within this presentation also, by taking help of this presentation, I tried to give you some basic ideas. What is the conclusion from this presentation? That communication is not about something which I learned only through grammar. It becomes better with practice, and not only by speaking. A very important line, keep in your mind: listen, observe, read and speak in the language you want to be fluent in. जिस भी लैंग्वेज में अगर कोई आपका फ्रेंड है ना जो हिंदी में बात करता है, आप बंगाली हो, how did I learn Hindi? Maybe still my Hindi is not okay, but still I can manage to speak in Hindi. तो मैंने कैसे सीखा? I had a friend who was speaking in Hindi to me all the time. So that's how we learn, isn't it? By listening to them. And now for English, one problem is we don't get friends or relatives speaking to us in English. So that is why I told, open up a YouTube channel or open any movie, you listen to that movie, and then in your free time stand in front of the mirror or make a video of yourself where you try to speak on any topic in English. So listening, observing, speaking, very, very important. Okay, you have to do this. Okay, before we move on to other topics, if possible, okay, yes, our first role play. We can move on to our first role play right now.
Yes, because
Yes.
because of the net issues, I think people
Yes, yes.
unable to stay for a long time.
Yes,
So
I
we
can
will go to
understand. So
Please.
Chandana, Pooja and Tiasha, three of you are present?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Doing the from
Well,
Gokhale Memorial. Many students are from Gokhale Memorial with us. Acha, Chandana, Pooja and Tiasha, you first introduce yourself. Then
Okay, you can introduce yourself also.
okay,
Actually, yes, yes, yes.
you have started presentation.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to present something else.
Okay,
Uh, yes, they will be dealing before you present introduce yourself. Actually, I told I will be introducing themselves, but you can introduce yourselves only. That will be better. Like
and
your
that will be
background
better.
and your name. Okay, you can
Your
introduce
name,
yourself.
background, your place, where from where you belong to.
So before they introduce, I will just like to tell that they are going to make a role play on some interview situations. And here, as you can see on the screen, we have sorted out some common interview questions we face, isn't it? If you can see, like, tell me about yourself. How will you introduce about yourself? Or what are your interests about the job? Or how do you know about our company? Why you are no longer with your last job? A very important, why should we hire you for this job? What are your greatest strength or weaknesses? Okay, what is your greatest achievement? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? What salary you are looking for? What questions you are having for me? These are some very common questions we face in interview, and there are many people
You
who
can
have.
take the screenshot of this. You can
Yes,
get it in Google also, but just
yes.
take a screenshot so it will be helpful for your interview.
Yes. So before they start the role play, I would just like to say that you can get the answers in Google. That is not a big deal. You can get a lot of answers in Google. But before finding the answers in Google or telling the answers, your answers should be very much about yourself. Your answers shouldn't seem like you have memorized from some place and you are giving the answers.
Yes.
So to answer all these questions, the major thing is, which I have taken 2-3 classes on this, taken a long time on this before, because you have to understand the psychology of the interviewer when they are asking you something कि वो actually क्या पूछना चाहते हैं. I will just give one example. Let's say why should we or let's say where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Here 5 years is not important. What is important, they are trying to know कि आपका future goal क्या है, आप कितना गोल ओरिएंटेड हो, आप कितना फोकस्ड पर्सन हो. तो ये सवाल सुन के आपको लगेगा कि दे आर आस्किंग समथिंग अबाउट द 5 years. डोंट फोकस ऑन द 5 years. दे आर आस्किंग यू कि कितना आप फोकस्ड हो. Okay, so you have to understand the psychology of the interviewer when you are getting this kind of questions. A very important one being जो सब fumble करते हैं, tell me about yourself. Okay, so we will discuss this later. They have chosen 2 or 3 questions from here, and they are going to give the role play on this. So I will say that Chandana, Pooja, and Tiasha, very welcome. So Chandana and Pooja are from nutrition background. Tiasha is from MCA background. 3 of you first introduce 1 or 2 lines about yourself.
Okay, ma'am. So, good evening, everyone. I'm Chandana Das, and now I'm pursuing my MSc from Vidyasagar University in Dietetics, and I'm from Purulia. Thank you.
Hello, good evening, ma'am. Good evening, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible.
You are
Yeah.
audible. You are audible.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, good evening, all. I'm Tiasha Banerjee. I'm from Purulia, West Bengal. And now I'm pursuing MCA from Pondicherry Central University. And that's all. Thank you.
Hello.
Pooja.
Good evening, everybody, and good evening, ma'am and sir. And I am Pooja Dinda, and I am from Digha, Purba Medipur. I am pursuing MSc Nutrition at Vidyasagar University and also doing MNT course in Cognized Nutrition.
Yes, you can start.
Shall I
Okay,
start, sir?
interrupt once. I'll just interrupt once before they start, or they will tell what they are going to do. Before that, I just want to tell one thing, that what is a role play. I guess all of you know these things. Role play is a depiction of a real life situation. Real life में जो हम लोग face करते हैं, किसी भी situation को हम depict करते हैं by playing different roles. Here they have chosen the topic of interview. Okay.
Yasha, you just put your camera in a standing position if it is possible. Put some books behind it. Otherwise, it is moving and it is distracting. You just switch off the mobile, switch off the camera, you put it in a right way, if it is possible. Otherwise, continue. Chandana, describe what you are going to do in next 5-10
Okay.
minutes.
Okay, sir. Okay. As ma'am already discussed about the interview session, we have tried to bring this up a little bit. We are going to do a role play on a specific part of the interview, and we have divided it into three parts. Okay. So let's start.
Okay. So for the first part, me, Pooja Dinda and Piyasa Banerjee will interview Chandana Das.
Hello. Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, very good evening, Chandana. So I want to ask about your future. How do you want to see your near future?
Okay. So future is not predicted, but if I am lucky enough to work with this company, then I would like to be seen in a senior position with greater responsibilities where I can satisfied with my work. My goal is to be the best at whatever level I am. I aim to make the most of opportunities and challenges to broaden my knowledge and skill set to expand my role. And apart from this, I want to contribute my knowledge to the people around me, to the society also. Thank you.
Thank you, Chandana.
Thank you, ma'am. So we will go for the next part. For the second part, me, Chandana, and Pooja Di will discuss interview Tiyasha Banerjee.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, Tiyasha. Very good evening. Don't getting very nervous. Relax. So I want to ask you that how would you be an asset for this company?
Yeah, thank you, ma'am, for asking that. That's a great question. So I feel deserve to chance a work with you because I can add value to this work with my knowledge in front-end development, competitive programming, and also my punctuality and dedication towards work. I'm always curious towards new updates in technology. I like to upgrade myself with new certifications and learning. For this position, our company needs a candidate who is good at programming language, flexibility with places, communication skills, and technical knowledge. I am a person with such skills, so I hope I can do justice for the job role. Thank you.
Thank you, Tiyasha.
Thank you, ma'am.
So anymore, actually, one person is asking question. So interview should not be like this, so simple and so polite. And when Pooja has interviewed Chandana, so Pooja, I just expression I cannot find that she is satisfied or not satisfied. Chandana has said that she wants to look her in a better position, better job role. So before joining the job, চন্দনা তো অনেক বড় বড় কথা বলে দিল, সেটা আমার ক্ষেত্রে হয়েছে বলে আমি বলছি যে আমার ডায়েটিশিয়ান রোলে জয়েন করার আগে সে বলে দেয় যে চিফ ডায়েটিশিয়ান বা অল ইন্ডিয়া ডায়েটিশিয়ান হেড হতে চাই বা এটা হতে চাই, সো হাউ মাচ ইউ আর রেসপন্সিবল। তখন আর একটা কোনো পূজাকে ট্রিকি কোশ্চেন করতে হতো যে আই এম নট ফাইন্ডিং ইউ সো মাচ কনফিডেন্ট অর মেবি সাম ট্রিকি কোশ্চেন যেখানে ইন্টারভিউয়ারকে ট্রিকের মধ্যে ফেলা যায়। Otherwise, they have shown it very nicely. I am very happy with Tiyasha. Especially Tiyashaর পার্টটা আমার খুব ভালো লেগেছে। Tiyasha has nicely said. But আমি যেটা একটু চন্দনার জায়গাটা বলতে চাইছিলাম যে interview will not be so much easy. And interview, the question is very irrelevant. What Pooja has asked as an interviewer or what Chandana has asked as an interviewer, the questions are very relevant questions. But when coming to the point of giving the answers, so interviewer are never satisfied. কখনো তারা স্যাটিসফাইড থাকে না সামনের জনের, তো তাকে কিন্তু অনেক হতে হয়। হচ্ছে, এখানটা
Yeah.
খুব মিষ্টি ভাবে
Actually,
হয়ে
because of the time constraint, I just have told them to keep it short and just limit to it. Because if the question answer goes on, it will take a long time. But it's true that interview, when you give the
আমি
answer,
বলতে চাইছিলাম
yes,
একটা কোশ্চেনই হবে, বাট
counter question.
that answer should not be so much simple like the
Yes,
voice of soothing voice of
I
Chandana.
understood.
চন্দনার ভয়েসটাও যত সুদিং, আনসারটাও সুদিংলি বলে দিল। মানে কিন্তু বেশ কঠিন একটা জায়গা ও পড়লো পড়লো কিন্তু ভীষণ একটা শক্ত জায়গা। বাট এই জায়গাটা একটাই আমার ওইখানটাই ব্যাপারটা, যে এটা এতটা সহজ ভাবে ইন্টারভিউয়ার মেনে নেবে না।
Yes, actually, the answer which Chandana has given is a very tricky question. So, আমি বলবো like the points she have given is quite nice. মানে একটা খুব important question. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years or in
বলে
the
হ্যাঁ,
next
you told
future?
it before, when they
হুম হুম হুম
started
হুম।
the next 5 years mean they are not asking about যে 5 বছরে কোথায় দেখছো, they are asking about যে তোমার future
Yeah.
aspiration-টা কোথায়।
So
তো
she
এটা একটা
has
ভেরি
given some nice point that not only about the company, she wants to be a very successful dietitian, or she wants to be a very promising dietitian in the future. So actually, what they are
এটা তো
trying to
সবাই
do.
হতে চায়, এটা তো
হুম হুম।
অনন্যা ম্যাম, এটা তো সবাই হতে চায়, সবাই
Yes,
নিজেকে বেটার পজিশনেই
yes,
দেখতে চায়, কিন্তু ঢোকার
yes.
আগে এত বড় বড় কথা বলে সেই ওয়েটটাও দেখাতে হবে যে আমি কোথায় করব, কেন চন্দনা, ডোন্ট টেক ইট আদারওয়াইজ, জাস্ট
No, no, sir.
আই
It's
মানে
okay.
দিস ইজ দ্য রিয়েল টাইম এক্সপিরিয়েন্স, যে
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
বিফোর জয়নিং দ্য কোম্পানি দে হ্যাভ গিভেন ভেরি বিগ ওয়ার্ডস, বাট HR, as Ananya ma'am is HR, she knows it very well. HR person are very tricky and they will trap you in that, in your answer. Okay, move on to the next role play.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Please continue.
Yeah. So we can go with the interview. Okay. My question,
Okay.
Pooja, are you there?
Yes. Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Yeah. Yeah. How are you?
All right, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So get back to the interview. So my question is for you, that what qualities you think work as your strength?
If I talk about my strength, then I have quite good communication skills and can confidently interact with unknown ones with ease. I can learn things quickly, that I love to use these things nicely. I am a hard worker and as well as also smart worker. In case of official work, I can also make a good PPT presentation easily. I also focus on my job role. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. And what about your weakness, Pooja?
I am a little bit emotional when some negative things are come into my mind, or if anyone scolds me. Sometimes I react in those moments, but lately feel sorry about these things. Then I motivate myself to think that if I don't face this, I can learn it. If I am being selected, I will try to overcome with this and also try to level my best. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Pooja.
Thank you, ma'am, and thank you, sir, for giving us this fantastic opportunity. And thank you, everyone, for your patience hearing. That's all from us.
Okay, thanks to three of you, because the first thanks I will give because they have themselves taken the initiative that they want to do something. They have experimented it themselves without my help, without even 1% help from my side. So they have tried to experiment on it. That is what I felt good about, that you have taken your initiative, you wanted to do something, and you have made my task a little bit easier, because in this demo session it's not possible to discuss on each of those 10 questions, but as I told, you have to understand the psychology behind each question. To start with, which Chandana had answered, like where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Most of the times what happens, actually people don't are able to answer this question, sir, and I have not thought anything about it, I cannot say what will happen. So most of the times people do fumble on these answers, they are really not sure, and they feel like how can I say about the next 5 years, next 5 minutes में मेरे साथ क्या होगा नहीं पता है, तो next 5 years क्या बताएंगे. So here you have to understand the psychology which Chandana have picked up well, that she has given a nice answer, I would say. Not only she has told that I want to see myself in a very senior position and all, she want to have greater responsibilities. That's what we want. Greater responsibilities doesn't mean greater workload. My position increases with my responsibilities, isn't it? To get more responsibilities makes you feel better. So that's where I found the answer really nice. And for Tiasha and Pooja also, Tiasha has answered another question. Tiasha, what was your question?
Yeah, ma'am. Why
Yes,
should we
yes.
hire you, or
Yeah, right.
like
Right,
how
right.
you be a
Negative and positive about
Yes, I
yourself.
should be hired.
Your
Yeah,
weakness and strength.
yes. From her background only, Tiasha tried to elaborate and taken up a situation related to her background, that she is good in these areas. And the best thing I found is, see, we cannot make perfect answers. It will become perfect with practice only. But what I found good is, and this is for all of you, Tiasha has done one thing. She has related the answer with her skills and what is required in the job role. Okay, this is very important. So when people are asking you why should we hire you, they are trying to know कि मेरा जो job position है मेरे organization में उसमें तुम कैसे fit करते हो. They are not interested to know how much knowledge and skills you have. That may not be useful for them. So Tiasha, you have done one thing well, is you try to relate your skills and knowledge with what is required in the job. That is one trick behind this question. Okay, so at every question there is a trick to answer, and as I told, it's not possible to discuss every trick over here. And coming to Pooja's question, can you just remind me what was Pooja's question was? Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. So
Pooja's question. Acha, sorry. Yes, Pooja's question was the strength and weakness. Sorry, I'm confused. So Pooja has here also we have tricks. Strengths we can all say, but weakness part is very tricky. Okay, so Pooja has handled it well. When it comes to weakness, we are confused कि क्या बोलना है. मेरा कोई weakness है नहीं, which is a fake answer. We all have weakness. So interviewer also understands you are giving a fake answer. Then what should I say? My communication skills is okay, not okay. I am very nervous person, or I am a very lazy person.
তাহলে তো
अच्छा,
নেবেই না জবে। যদি আমি
exactly.
উইকনেসটা বলি, আমাদের উইকনেসটা খুব ট্রিকি ওয়েতে বলতে হয়। আমরা যদি বলি আমার কোনো উইকনেস নেই, তাহলেও যেরকম নেগেটিভ। আবার যদি আমার উইকনেস গুলো খুব হাইলাইট করে দিই, মেজর
Yes.
উইকনেস, তাহলেও আমার জন্য নেগেটিভ।
ऑनेस्टली तो आई वुड लाइक टू सी कि हम बहुत लेजी है, बहुत लेट राइजिंग है, आप मुझे जितना देर से आना होगा ऑफिस ऑफिस में तो वही अच्छा है मेरे लिए, तो ऐसा कोई वीकनेस नहीं बोलेंगे ना हम. डेफिनेटली वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट while it comes to our weakness. Okay, there also you have to be very tricky. You have to say a weakness which has some positive sides also. It is a weakness, it can be a weakness, but it has some positive sides also. Like
For
someone,
example,
yeah, like the example which Pooja only told, emotional. She is very emotional, isn't it? So being emotional is not a very bad thing. A emotional person is not a very bad person, but if you are too emotional at work, every colleague का emotion समझने जाओगे, every subordinate का emotional समझने जाओगे, so you get a little bit haphazard in work. So sometimes my over emotional nature may create problems for me. You can say it like that. Okay, or one more example I will give you. I am too much perfectionist. When I get into some work, I try to do it in a very perfect way. वो एकदम मतलब ठीक नहीं होता है तो हम दूसरे किसी चीज में ध्यान नहीं दे पाते. So at times I tend to become too much perfectionist. It creates problem because I am not able to concentrate on other things at that time. That is a weakness, but at the same time that is a positive thing also. Being a perfectionist is not at all a bad thing, isn't it? So you have to think of an answer which has some positive sides also. It can be a true weakness, it can be an exaggerated one. To be very honest, in interview you can give exaggerated answers but not fake answers. Never give fake answers. Okay, that is one thing. Okay, should we move on to the okay, before we move on to some other thing, do you have any interview related questions, the new people who are here? Any person? कि इंटरव्यू में जाकर कोई प्रॉब्लम आप फेस करते हो या किसी स्पेसिफिक क्वेश्चन में आपको कोई कंफ्यूजन है? एनीवन वुड लाइक टू आस्क एनीथिंग रिगार्डिंग इंटरव्यूज? Anyone here?
They will face the interview very confidently. That means I am sure that the people who have joined will face the interview very confidently. Nobody has no questions. So we'll move to the diet role play. Already 1 hour 30 minutes we are moving on. So diet role play, then you will go to the conclusion part. So who are doing this dietitian role play?
Sir, me and Akriti.
Okay, so you can start. So everybody, I will ask any one of you, I can pick any one of you, that what Akriti and Pritha's good point, what is the point of improvement, what they need to improvement, what is the very good thing as a dietitian or as a patient they have acted, that is very much important. Yes, you can start.
Akriti, are you there?
Good evening.
Yes, you just brief
Yes,
it,
Preetha.
and Pritha or Akriti, anyone just first Pritha and Akriti give your introduction.
Okay, Preetha, you start.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I am Pritha Bose, and I have completed my graduation in clinical nutrition and dietetics from Gokhale Memorial Girls College, and currently I'm pursuing my master's in the same major from Ranchi University. I come from Ranchi, and yes, I am a 6-month student of Cognized Nutrition and very proud to be one. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I am Akriti Agarwal, and I have completed my BSc from Gokhale Memorial Girls College, and recently currently I'm doing my MSc from All India Institute of Hygiene and Public Health, and I'm from Kolkata. And yes, same. I am also a 6-month student of Cognized Nutrition, and I hope to stay a student forever of Cognized Nutrition. So to begin with, today me and Preetha got the privilege to do a role play by Somnendu sir, in which we will enact a very common scenario which we will face as some of us are facing as dietitians and some of us will face as future dietitians. So in this role play, Preetha will be my client who does not believe in nutrition, to be very honest, who believes in the advertisements and the hoardings of various so-called nutrition companies. And I will be the dietitian to correct her and to maybe teach her some ways which we have learned from our seniors and our teachers. So let's begin, Preetha, if you are ready.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Okay, let's begin.
So I've entered your chamber.
Okay. Good evening, ma'am. Please sit.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
Ma'am, where do you work? What do you work for? Which company do you work for?
See, I work in an MNC and I'm a corporate person and I always run out of time. But I came to my endocrinologist for a regular visit and he asked me to run some casual blood tests. And now he says that I have diabetes. I follow everything that I see on Google. I'm following a very strict diet chart and I have taken a membership in a very prestigious gym. But instead of losing weight, I have actually gained so much weight that मेरे को diabetes हो गया. Like, how is this even possible? This is so absurd. आप मेरे को बस इतना बताइए मेरे को क्या करना है. Like, just make me a short list of what other things that I can do, because I cannot take out time and cook food because I don't do my cooking by myself. I have people who do that for me. I don't have that much time. So just jot down some points and tell me that what are the needful that is to be done to shed some weight and get rid of this condition.
So first of all, ma'am, I would like you to relax. we both, it's great. First of all, I would like to clear one thing, that you do not have diabetes right now. This is a misconception of many of my clients, that they think that they have diabetes. You are not a diabetic patient till now. You are a pre-diabetic patient. Yes, you have chances of getting diabetes, but you do not have diabetes till now. So please relax. I am here with you. I would like to say one thing, that it is a really good effort or a really good thing from your side that you decided to come to a dietitian before even having diabetes, because generally patients come to me after having diabetes, after they have a serious condition, after their blood levels have gone to 200 to 300. So this, I would like to appreciate you for that, for taking an effort and for changing your lifestyle, for trying to change your lifestyle to reverse your disease. So,
Okay.
ma'am, the
So
very first thing which I would like to say is that before we know that what we should do, we should also know what we should not do.
yeah,
So,
but like, just tell me what I need to do. I mean, it's fine. There are certain things that I don't need to do, but just tell me what I need to do. Just shed some light on that.
yes, sure, sure. But before that, could you please tell me that what do you eat in your whole day, or what is your routine, so that I get to know about your life more and your dietary
Uh,
patterns.
okay. So in the morning, I wake up around 6:30 to 7 a.m. and I have this detox water, which was suggested to me by my one of my friends, and she said that it's really nice, and it helped her to lose some weight. So I tried it for a month and a half, but I apparently see no results. And
Okay,
then
ma'am, do
yeah.
you know the name of the powder or the detox water which you are having? It
No,
would
no, I
help me
don't
a
know
lot.
any sort of name. I just
Okay.
saw the product. It was like it had 5 stars, and I just ordered it, and I have been consuming it to receive absolutely zero results. And then I have this. I go for the. I then have green tea. Yeah, right. I go for green tea, and then it's already time for me to leave for my office. So I don't have breakfast. I have an apple or any sort of fruit while going to the office, and because obviously it is a healthier option. And after that, I don't use escalator or lift. I always use the stairs to compensate for my lack of physical activity. I have obviously taken the gym membership, but there are hardly any time that I can visit there. Sometimes once in a blue moon, I go there and do some exercises. And after that, during lunch, yeah, after climbing the stairs, when I feel that I'm tired, or after a long meeting, when I think that I'm tired, I go for fruit juices, which is again a very healthy thing according to me. And then I sometimes I skip my lunch and go for the some fat-free products. And if ever I go for my canteen or catering lunch, I tend to skip my snacks after that. And throughout the day, I usually try to keep my food fat free. I like consume zero fat products. And I go for I in the snacks time, sometimes I munch on salted peanuts or cashews. And obviously coffee is a survival drink for corporate people. And then at night, it's time for my dinner. I go for some fruit salad or a single chapati with some mixed vegetables or chicken stew or something. And then in an hour, I'm off to bed. And the problem that I'm facing recently is that I'm not able to sleep even after when I'm laying down. Like मेरे को नींद नहीं आ रहा है. After even sleeping like 30 to 45 minutes, I'm just strolling over my bed, and as a result, I'm waking up very tired these days. So this is pretty much about my daily routine. Yeah.
Okay. I would like to ask you some questions regarding your health as well. Do you have any? How's your menstrual health? I saw your biomedical reports, and I just want to ask you a few questions.
That's another headache. It's not regular. It's not regular usually. It's just a stressful topic for me. Let's just not go there. Yeah.
Okay. So, ma'am, after listening to you, I would like to tell you that you you are a patient who is actually dedicated to change her lifestyle, to change her ways, and I really like the fact that you are concerned about your well-being and not just pop on pills and medicines. So, really appreciate you for that. But yes, there are some things which we need to stop and which we need to start together so that your conditions can be reversed and the diabetes and the diabetes will not happen. So the very first thing which I would like to say is most of my patients have the problem of overeating, but you have a problem of undereating. See, you
How am
skip
I not
your
losing the
breakfast.
weight? Like, if I'm undereating, I should be losing
Yes.
weight, right? Like, what's wrong with? Is there something wrong with me? Like, am I
No,
all
there is
right?
nothing wrong with you. No, there's nothing wrong with you.
Okay.
The problem is this is a very big myth in people that if you lose weight, if you eat less, you lose weight. What happens is when we eat less, that means we are having less amount of protein and carbohydrates and fats. So what is happening is actually you're losing your muscle weight. That means if you will notice, your hands would have lost your hands would have become a little slim. It
That's
won't be
right.
that
Like,
visible. Yeah, but
but
the
my
central
concentration was
obesity,
not.
yes.
But my concentration was not focused on my hand
Of
fat.
course.
Actually, it was focused on my the abdominal
Belly.
fat. So,
Yes.
yeah, belly fat.
Yes, we all
Uh,
are concerned about that. It
yeah.
does not look good. So what happens is your muscle mass or the lean mass is getting reduced instead of your fat when you don't eat properly. This is what is happening in your case. The fat is not getting reduced. Your muscle is getting reduced because your body needs the amount of protein. You are a really educated and a smart lady. You can understand this that we
Is
need
that
protein
the
and
like?
carbs to
Is that
survive.
the main reason why I'm getting so tired these days? Is that the main reason for that?
Yes, that may be the reason. That
Okay.
is possibly the reason. I won't even say maybe. That is possibly the reason. So first, you need to make sure that you are having 3 meals daily. Now when we grow up, we hear so much of these advertisements and all. We tend to try new things and try this, that. But I personally feel that we should adopt our childhood diet, which our mother used to make us eat, like dal, roti, uh, dahi, sabji,
Yes.
ये
Yes.
सब. When we eat all this, we are actually including all the food sources
Mm-hmm.
unconsciously, but we are doing it. So the very first tip or suggestion which I would like to give you is that have 3 meals and try and include all the food types like dairy products, cereals, pulses, vegetables in your diet. This is a very small effort, and if you just
Sorry,
take
just
care of
Akriti,
this.
just
Yes,
you are
sir.
going so good, so I don't want to stop you, but still just come to the conclusion because I don't want to show the entire diet counseling here in this
Okay,
platform. So just
okay.
beginning and intermediate part was very good. Now you are going to the intricate part of the diet
Acha.
and the
Okay.
food groups. Just come to
Okay,
about
sir.
the conclusion, and we want
Okay.
to see if Pritha is convinced or
Okay.
not.
Okay, sir. Okay. Yes. So now, secondly, I would like to tell you that you need to stop having these almonds and these nuts because first they are salted, and second thing they are processed. We you may think that that I'm eating something good, but when you eat these packaged stuff, you are actually eating things which are more bad than good. So you need to stop that immediately. Uh, instead take some things like which are not salted or which are not packaged, like raw peanuts. That is good. Almonds which are the peeled. That is good. Acha. Then it comes to one more thing which I noticed, which was wrong, that you don't exercise every day. This is a very big problem. I know there is a time crunch, but you can give some amount of time, 15 minutes only. That's all I ask. Just 15 minutes. You don't even need to go to a gym if you have so much of problem. 15 minutes of good exercise can actually turn the disease the other way. And the last thing I would like to say is that you need to first that you have to reduce the meal timings. Secondly, please cut down the processed foods. And third is that you need to actually eat more and eat fats as well. That this is a very big problem in your diet, which I see. If you don't eat fats, you will have hormonal problems, which you are facing. You have thyroid. You are on the stage of getting diabetes. So to avoid hormonal problems, you need to have adequate amount of fat, not great amounts, but yes, adequate amounts. So I have prepared a diet chart for you, listening to you. And but this diet chart is not enough. The points which I have given you, you should keep in mind, and we will work together. Please don't worry. We will work together, and your problem will be solved. But you need to make efforts as well, ma'am.
Yeah, sure. Till now, I was thinking that I was doing the right things, following whatever I was seeing online or seeing pictures of different people who are losing weight very rapidly. Like, this has become a world of influencers, right? And we are getting influenced way too easily without actually checking the facts. So yeah, I would really like to stay in touch with you in WhatsApp. If you could just
Sure,
share
ma'am.
number
Sure.
with me. And yeah,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
a good day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone present. Thank you for bearing with us.
Thank you,
Thank you so much.
everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so much.
ma'am.
It is really
Thank you,
nice,
sir.
fantastic, and Pooja is going out of her own character. Pooja is very
Pritha.
like, sorry, Pritha, so not Pooja. Huh? Pritha is totally different lady, and she has played a totally different and attitude wala lady.
Yes,
So
yes, sir.
I like it very much.
Exactly.
And so, but so good. Pritha was so good and so good as Akriti. So itna patience hai as a dietitian. First, I want to ask any one of the students present here. So, do you want to give any comment regarding the patient? What type of yes, Fatma, please. What type of patient is Pritha? I want to ask Fatma.
Good evening, all. First of all, both have done too well. Congratulations to both of you. You have improved a lot,
Thank
and
you.
many more to learn from both of you. Firstly, I want to say that and Preeta Dee's role play is very good. She's like a that type of client um, like very who follows most of the details from online and
Just can
very
you
try to
tell Fatma what type of patient she is? What type of patient? बहुत सारा different type of patient, and those who are practicing dietitian here, Sneha,
yes
if you are there, Sneha Upadhyay, those who are long time
trying to
practicing.
maintain herself but in a wrong way.
Number one thing is she is overconfident. The
Yeah,
patient is
she is
overconfident.
overconfident.
Can you see the fitness band in her hand? She has showed she is very much fitness. So it shows like a fitness band or fitness tracker or fitness watch is in her hand. So that means the patient is very much overconfident. She is said that she is not using the escalator, she is using the stairs. And one by one, very patiently, the dietitians. First, one thing you have to notice for about the dietitian is the patience of hearing. Even इतना rude patient को तो हम इतना softly handle नहीं करते. Maybe of the seniority or
I was
डांट देते हैं.
deliberately trying to trigger Akriti. I was deliberately.
आकृति का गुस्सा नहीं आया, and Akriti is now a dietitian of a corporate hospital, and the endocrinologist of that hospital is have a belief and have faith on Akriti, and she has sent this patient to Akriti. And one thing that patient thinks that she already has developed diabetes because the sugar level are above normal. And patient, I am not telling about the normal, abnormal, or what is the normal HbA1c today. You need to search it, those who are new. But one thing you need to remember that जब भी 100 के ऊपर चला जाता है फास्टिंग, स्पेशली पेशेंट जानते हैं 70 to 110 and 112 हो गया, या बीपी ज्यादा दिखा रहा है 170 80, हाँ, तो वो सोच लेता है मुझे डायबिटीज हो गया, मगर द रेंज इज डिफरेंट फॉर दैट। एक बार डायबिटीज हो गया तो उसके लिए रेंज अलग है, और एक बार यू आर डायग्नाइज्ड फॉर डायबिटीज, दैट इज द रेंज इज डिफरेंट। सो पेशेंट इज ऑलरेडी वेरी मच ओरिड, एंड आकृति ने वो भी बहुत अच्छे से हैंडल किया, गायनेकोलॉजिकल पार्ट भी आकृति ने हैंडल किया, मगर आकृति थोड़ा बहुत ऐड कर सकती थी, that you need to visit one gynecologist because I can see your USG report already, ma'am. It is you have developed polycystic ovarian syndrome and it is very common. आजकल चिंता करने की कोई बात नहीं, मगर the last, the ending part, the deal with आकृति, that yes, I am with you, can we together as a dietitian, now we have to show the empathy to the patient, never show sympathy to the patient. We should show the empathy to the patient that can we together, हम दोनों मिलके क्या आपका ये शुगर कम कर सकते हैं। अच्छा चलो पक्का 3 महीना टाइम ले लेते हैं, 3 महीना में आपका एक्स्ट्रा वेट कट डाउन करना है, सेंट्रल ओबेसिटी कम करना है, एंड आपका शुगर लेवल कम करना है टू द नॉर्मल। यू आर नॉट प्री डायबिटिक, यू आर नॉट डायबिटिक, एंड इट इज अ डील बिटवीन यू एंड मी, and don't show my diet chart to anyone. For example, you have taken your friend's suggestion to take the detox water. So about the diet, do not take the friend's suggestion or internet or Google suggestion. Consult a dietitian and she can guide you properly. So this is the effect of a effective counseling. What Ananya ma'am wants to say, that it is a effective counseling or effective communication. So effective communication is very much important. So that's all from my side. And if Ananya ma'am wants to add anything, I will invite Ananya ma'am, and there are few senior people are also there. So if they want to add anything, so I will be
Yeah,
very
sure.
glad.
Any senior people over here, if they want to share something, it will be a great privilege for us. Anyone here would like to say anything?
Rimpa ma'am from Mednapur, if you
Okay.
are there, Rama ma'am, Rimpa ma'am, if you want to share your experience about joining today's, because there is too much network problem, I can
Yes.
understand. And a few more ma'am has joined, but they have left the session. Now Rimpa ma'am has left, I think. Okay, Ananya.
Both of your participation was absolutely nice, Sakriti and Pritha, and I was really,
Thank you,
really a
ma'am.
little
Thank you, sir.
surprised in the beginning, like the way Pritha has enacted. And as Sir told, it's totally opposite to her. And as it happens, a sedentary lifestyle or a corporate person out of too much frustration. Actually, what Pritha has shown is it happens with a lot of people. Even if it is not your nature, it becomes your nature when you join the corporate world. Out of too much of frustration, you don't have time and you just want to work on fitness in a very short span of time. You take fitness like you can work on fitness very quickly also. So that is because of the time constraint and frustration. So both of you have done a really nice job, and I guess everybody has really enjoyed. Akriti's role was also very nice, the way she had patiently handling the frustrated patient, or
I was not
autistic
so much
patient.
confident in their age when I
Yes.
started my career. मैं
Yes.
तो इतना अच्छा तो नहीं था, आकृति जैसा इतना अच्छा काउंसलिंग नहीं कर पाता था.
Yes.
So that I can say from the bottom of my heart that I was not that much confident that जितना आज आप लोगों ने सबके सामने जितना confidence दिखाया, so that is a very good thing. I am really proud of.
This is not only for nutritionists or dietitians, anybody.
Even for
When
Chandana, Pooja, and Tiyasha, I
you,
really proud of them that today how they have
everybody,
showed the
everybody.
interview skill. Yeah,
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you,
Everyone.
ma'am. Thank you, sir.
most
When
welcome.
it comes to patient counseling, it's not about only dietitians. For other fields, you have to deal with your clients. So
आकृति
dealing
आपको
with
देखो
that,
साइकोलॉजिकल काउंसलर बनना पड़ा. You are not a dietitian at that point. आपको थोड़ा
Yes,
काउंसलिंग
sir.
मतलब थोड़ा चेंज करना पड़ा. देखो डाइट चार्ट देना बहुत इजी चीज है. We will teach you in this 6 months. Not easy. Again, I am saying something wrong. Diet chart भी बहुत calculations and everything is not easy. This is a technical thing. And logistic diet chart or the practical diet chart will not meet will not as your college diet chart. College में जो सीखते हो वो
Yes,
diet chart patient को नहीं दे सकते हो. Logistic diet chart and menu planning
completely agree, sir.
totally alag hota hai. So Pritha and Akriti and Fatma will share their experience about the MNT and communication class, and not the experience about the importance of communication. But before that, I want to say that diet chart फिर भी बहुत अच्छे से कलरफुल बना के दे सकते हैं, मगर अगर बेटर अच्छा, जैसे आकृति ने ऑलरेडी बोला डाइट चार्ट में तो सब कुछ लिखा हुआ है, बट मैंने जो बोला दैट पॉइंट्स आर वेरी मच इंपॉर्टेंट एंड यू नीड टू कीप दैट पॉइंट इन माइंड. तो पेशेंट इतना रूड होने की वजह से भी फिर भी लास्ट में मोल्ड हो गया जे नो द लेडी सिटिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ मी इज सेइंग समथिंग फॉर माय बेटरमेंट. दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट ना. सो पेशेंट को अंडरस्टैंड हो, मतलब पेशेंट को ऐसे फील होना चाहिए the dietitian who is counseling is telling for my benefit. Okay. Yes, Ananya.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much,
Yes.
ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
One of my hotel management students, but I guess they have just left the meeting, so it's not possible. I wanted to relate their ideas also with this. Anyways, it's not possible to ask them right now. So I guess Munni, I don't remember your full name. We have
No, just now she has joined. Mahfuza has just joined.
Mahfuza Munni,
So
yes.
she cannot tell, she cannot comment now, right now.
Achha. No, what are your, like, she had called me personally also. She's from Bangladesh, a very lovely person to talk with. And Munya, like, what is your idea? Tomar ki mone hoy, like, communication skills ni. You would like to share anything with us?
ম্যাম আমার তো আসলে শেয়ারিং, আমি যখন থেকে 7-8 মাস থেকে আমি হচ্ছে কাজ শুরু করেছি, আমি যতটুকুতে মানে হচ্ছে যতটুকু শুনলাম ততটুকুতেই মনে হচ্ছে যে মানে খুব ভালো কিছু, মানে যতটুকুই শুনছি মনে হচ্ছে যে আমি এতটুকুই মনে হয় যে
আমি ভিডিওটা শেয়ার করে দেব একটুবারই,
হ্যাঁ
একদম
আমার হচ্ছে বিজয় ম্যামের সঙ্গে ক্লাস ছিল.
ওকে,
not a problem. Okay.
জয়েন পেশেন্ট হ্যান্ডেলিং করাটা আসলে অনেক কঠিন একটা হচ্ছে বিষয়, এবং আমার হচ্ছে নিজেরও এরকম একজন পেশেন্ট আছেন, উনি খুব সচেতন, ওনার হচ্ছে ডায়েটের ব্যাপারে অনেক কিছু জানেন, বাট আমি তাকে যখন ডায়েট দিয়েছি 15 দিন পরে তাকে ফিডব্যাক করতে বলেছি, হ্যাঁ সে সবই মানে, শুধু সকালে আমি তাকে, তার হচ্ছে স্লিপিং সাইকেলটা ঠিক নেই, তো হচ্ছে আগে রাত 2টা-3টার দিকে ঘুমাইতো, এখন 12টার দিকে ঘুমাচ্ছে, বাট ভোরে উঠে ফজরের নামাজ পড়ে আবার সে ঘুমায় 10টা পর্যন্ত. ঠিক আছে, তারপরে আমি 10 দিন পরে দেখি সে এই জায়গায় এসে মানে ভুল করছে, কিন্তু সে খুবই সচেতন, কিন্তু ঘুমের সাইকেলটা সে ঠিক করতে পারছে না.
মানে পেশেন্ট ভাবে সে খুব সচেতন, কিন্তু আলটিমেটলি ও ভাবে আমি সবই জানি, আমার কোনো মতামতের দরকার নেই, কিন্তু আলটিমেটলি গিয়ে দেখা যায় যে অনেক
কিছু না কিছু ভুল করছেই।
যেমন ব্রেকফাস্ট স্কিপিং, যেমন এখানে পৃথা বারবার বলছিল যে আরে আমি আন্ডার ইটিং করছি, আপনি কি বলছেন, আমি ওভার ইটিং মানুষ করলে ওভারওয়েট হয়, আমি আন্ডার ইটিং করে ওভারওয়েট হচ্ছি। সো দিস আর দ্য কনসেপ্ট ইউ নিড টু চেঞ্জ, ইউ নিড টু ইমপ্রুভ। হ্যাঁ, সো দিস ইজ দ্য নিউট্রিশন মান্থ, নিউট্রিশন উইক থেকে এখন নিউট্রিশন মান্থ হয়ে গেছে আমাদের। সো এডুকেট দ্য পেশেন্টস, সো ডু সামথিং ফর দ্য সোসাইটি, do a 5 minutes video and leave in the social media, in the Facebook, tell something on the nutrition. In this way তোমরা কিন্তু কমিউনিকেশন স্কিল ডেভেলপ করতে পারবে। অনন্যা ম্যাম উইল এগ্রি উইথ মি যে কিছু বলো সোসাইটিকে অ্যাবাউট ডায়েট, নিউট্রিশন, হেলদি ইটিং প্ল্যান, কিছু একটা করো and put in the Facebook. We are every day we are doing something, we are putting our own pictures in the Facebook, we are putting the friend's birthday, anniversary, everything, but we are not thinking for the society or the health or the benefits. We need to promote ourselves, because today's scenario people don't know who is a dietitian. What they think that nutritionists are the person who used to cook, or the person in the hospital, their room is beside the kitchen, so these are the person who used to cater food. So when the dietitian used to go to the cabin patients or visit the patients bedside, they order that मुझे ये चाहिए वो चाहिए, मेरे खाने में क्यों सॉल्ट कम है, मुझे क्यों ये दिया गया है. So dietitian's role is not that.
We are neither cook, we are neither the person to cater foods. We are the person to decide what is good for you and what is bad for you. So we are the decision maker for your health. So that's why you need to be very promising. You need to have a very promising career. So establish yourself. বাংলাতেই করো, তোমরা বাংলাতে কিছু করো and social media তে দিতে থাকো nutrition month. Do something for the society.
Okay. Yes. So we had a nice discussion on started with like how we should develop our communication skills and what to do regarding communications. You have shared your problems with me. Many of the problems are common to us. Then we had a little bit of glimpse of interview questions. Interview questions, facing an interview is really a topic which needs to be dealt with a lot of patience, with a lot of understanding.
Again, interrupting, just before leaving, you just give the detail of the communication classes because people are leaving, so they should know about.
Okay, I'll just then give the detail right now. Okay, then I will continue with the conclusion. So yes, we are going to start our communication classes. These are going to be weekend classes, like it has been for my last batch also. Generally we will have on Friday, Saturday, maybe sometimes on Sunday, because Sunday many people have problem, তাই জন্য আমরা Friday, Saturday রাখার চেষ্টা করি in the evening, within 7:30 to 8 p.m. So that would be a probable time. দুদিন করে থাকবে classes, including practice and everything. It will be a 2 months course, and not only this classes, এটা ছাড়াও personally every time I try to give attention. তোমাদের যদি কোনো problem থাকে regarding anything within this course and after this course also, like my last batch, I have completed the formal classes with them, but I am still with them. In case they have any interview, they always come up to me. They have to make a CV, they can come up to me, so they can say this better. So I really love to keep connections with you all, not only within this 2 months, but once you are my student, I really love to help you out at any point in time, at any point of your life. Okay, that is a real satisfaction. And when a student calls me up and says, ma'am, I have got this interview and really thanks for your help, that's
because
the
they
problem.
know better than me. Whenever they are going for any interview, they used to call Ananya ma'am. যখনই যেখানে recently Gargi got a job, Shinchita got a job, so they used to first call ma'am before going to the interview about the preparation of the CV and everything, and after the getting of the job also they have the gratitude feeling that they used to call ma'am, the ma'am, I got this job. Maybe ma'am or me has done a minimum contribution in your life, very minimum contribution. Ma'am sometimes feel hesitated, and then I used to say আমি কি করলাম ওদের জন্য, যে why they are giving thanks to me. But that small tips before going to the interviewতে যাওয়ার আগে যে ছোট ছোট টিপস গুলো দিচ্ছেন ম্যাম, সেটার জন্য হয়তো ইন্টারভিউটা কোনো কারণে সে ক্লিক করে গেল। আমি তো অনেকজনই গেল আমার রেফারেন্সে, কিন্তু বেটার কেউ করলো এবং সে জবটা পেলো। আই ফাইন্ড ভেরি গুড ওয়েন মাই স্টুডেন্টস আর গেটিং জব, মানে ইন দিস ফিল্ড। যে কোভিডে জব পাওয়া যেখানে ভীষণ কঠিন, সেখানে লাস্ট আমি কোনোদিনও ক্যালকুলেট করিনি যে কতজনকে আমি জবে refer করেছি, how many people I have referred in job and how many people have got the job. But now after starting this medical nutrition therapy course, and I have seen that 10 people have joined internship and 19 to 21 people have joined job from last August to till this August. So this I feel very good for them, that people are doing the nutrition. I mean, various field, maybe in Sanofi, maybe in Abbott Nutrition, maybe in pharmaceutical nutrition company, maybe in some hospitals. So that is a very proud moment for me.
Okay. Yes, absolutely. For me also, to get a call like that is really a proud moment for me. If I can come to any help, if I have improved a little bit, I would really be very happy to get that. So like as I told, for interviews also, I have discussed a few things which you may come across, and any of my students would like to say, like Fatma, you would like to say something about like why you feel learning communication is important, or what you feel like why it is important to learn communication in your field. Anything you would like to say, Fatma?
Yes, ma'am. First of
Yes,
all, I
please
would
share
like to
with us.
thank First of all, I would like to thank you for arranging this wonderful platform for us. It will be very beneficial for our upcoming future. I have done this course 2 months for the. I have completed this course, and I have learned a lot. I can feel this that I have improved my communication skill a lot. Even in this course, there will be a PPT presentation practice. In that part also, improved a lot. But as I'm very weak in technology and all, and I in presenting PPTs and explaining and all that part, and then the interview part question, that is really helped me in every aspect. Thank you very much. And was and one more thing, in our part, like in dietitian part, the communication skill is very important. The knowledge part, that knowledge we have, we should have about the our field, is communication part is also as well as important as that knowledge part. So communication skill, communication part go hand in hand, because until unless you don't have communication skill, then how can you show your knowledge to the client? How can you explain the client? Because all clients are not the same, they are of different types. So we have to deal accordingly. So we have to be able to communicate them to understand our words. So having a good communication skill is very important to deal with the clients and for jobs interviews.
Absolutely, Fatima. Thank you. She has also highlighted some more things like PPT presentations, and she has given a very lovely presentation. Yes, we do have that also. See, PPT presentations, or let's say role plays, or this kind of things are only to enhance your communication skills. So these are all practice exercises. So through different ways, I remember in the starting of the class, we had a word game. Okay, that was also very interesting, and people participated with that very interestingly. Like somebody would say a word, and another person will pick up another word from that particular speech and say something on that. So it was a connected word game. So we keep on doing this to make you come out of your hesitations. Okay, I will ask someone else also, because we are dealing with nutrition students for a long time. Ashwin, I guess you have joined once again. So previously Avijit also shared something with us. Ashwin, if you can unmute yourself and say something regarding your field, like
Yes, ma'am.
yes, like in hotel management, like in hospitality management, how important do you feel communication is? Let's say you have a very frustrated client in front of you, and let's say in any case, he is very frustrated and you have to deal with that person. So what things are important to deal with frustrated clients or angry clients or this kind of people? What things you feel are important?
Thank you, ma'am. A very good question that you have been asking. You asked me, and yes, what I'm also learning, when we get frustrated clients, like how we're going to deal with them. It's communication really plays an important role in hospitality management too, because when we are dealing, uh, we are mostly in front office. We are in the public relations side. Whatever queries comes, we are there to solve it out. So in that aspect, we have to think we have to be for the people, and whatever they are saying, we have to listen them, and what they actually want product, and that's very important for us to give that type of service. Yes, communication. We deal a lot of customers. Suppose that if they are like drunken customers, and how you can manage a situation at that moment. There are all situations when they are really angry at us. They can hold your collar, or they won't listen to you, and you are responsible in that moment. So yes, you have to handle the situation over there calmly. And if suppose, for an example happen, if he is a drunken customer guest who has arrived in the hotel, and you are just taking him and there are busy guests over there. So you're taking them to a place, communicating them. You're listening to them. You're not always imposing your thoughts to them. So listening is also a very important role and play of communication. That is a two-way process. When you're speaking, you're too listening to them. So yes, and in every sector, communication really plays an important role.
Ananya ma'am, you are on
Ma'am,
mute,
you are
and
mute.
thank you,
Yes, yes.
Mr.
Thank you,
Vashmin.
Ashwin.
I really like the conversation or the things and the
Yeah.
practicality you have discussed with her, and handling this kind of people that who can hold your collar also. So with the
Yes.
patience,
Yeah,
with
he
the
gave example of
compassion,
a drunk customer also, and that happens frequently in a hotel. Like they
frequently
are
in a
out
hotel.
of control that time, and they can do everything. And even frustrated kind of clients do come to. So you have to deal with a lot of. It is really a stressful job people are doing in the hospitality industry, and there you have to keep patience. Two things he has highlighted is patience and listening, which are essence of good communication skills. You have to listen to them well. You have to understand them, and then you have to solve the problem accordingly. Thank you, Ashwin, for sharing your ideas with us. Thank you so much. So we are actually moving out of time, not want to delay anything more. So whoever has any problems, whether you want to know about the course, whether you have any problems, you might WhatsApp me. It's not like कि आपको course करना है तभी आप WhatsApp कर सकते हो. If you want to know about anything regarding communication, in that case also you can text me. You can give me a WhatsApp. I have given it in the chat box. So yes, in our classes we will be dealing with these various things and trying to enhance your communication skills. And yes, I guess you have all shared. Okay, one more thing. Yes, Joystree were there with us.
Please save Ananya ma'am's number. I have given in the
Yes, ma'am.
chat box.
Joystree, yeah.
Yes,
Actually,
Joy's number I have
Joystree
given in the
had
chat box.
yeah, Joystree had shared with me a few days back. I'll not take much time. Joystree, if possible, you share a few lines on. She had shared with me very nicely about her perspective on confidence or self confidence. How she sees self confidence. Okay, so Joystree is a student of mine in this recent course she had been there. Joystree, you please share your ideas.
Yes, ma'am. Hi. Do you tend to be more passive whenever you enter in room and hope that all eyes are not on you? Actually, we all have to tackle this kind of situation with a lot of smartness. Yes, this is called self-confidence. Hello, everyone. Mr. Mondal, and today
Joyশ্রী,
I will discuss
actually
something
because
about
of the network
self-confidence.
problem,
Yes, sir.
কথাগুলো শোনা যাচ্ছে না। তুমি চাইলে ভিডিওটা অফ করে দাও, তাহলে একটু ইমপ্রুভ করবে নেটওয়ার্কটা। হ্যাঁ,
Okay,
বলো।
sir. Okay.
Are you shy? Do you tend to be more passive whenever you enter into a room and hope that all eyes are not on you? Actually, we all have to tackle this kind of situation with a lot of self-confidence or with a lot of smartness. And this is called self-confidence. Hello everyone, myself Joyce Mondal, and today I will discuss something about self-confidence. Self-confidence can be defined as the belief in yourself and in your abilities. It is basically freedom from your doubts, and it is not something that can be taught. It is something that can be developed internally by ourselves. It is very important things to live a healthy and happy life. Self-confidence is very important and useful to achieve your goals. And success comes to those who have believe in their abilities.
Because a confident person is like independent, eager, optimistic. They have a positive attitude.
And in another hand, the person who lacks self-confidence is totally opposite. He or she is isolated, inferior, depressed, confused.
It doesn't mean that a confident person always gets success.
But they take the life challenges uh, positively. They learn from their previous mistakes and keep trying to achieve better in life. Another way to improve your self-confidence is to never pre-assume. Many people have this kind of bad habits of pre-assuming the negative things. Suppose you are going for a drawing competition and you are getting nervous. Why? You are chosen for this competition just because you are good enough at drawing. Do not let your negative pre-assumptions shake your confidence. Believe in yourself and keep trying, because self-confidence is not something that can be built in one day. So keep trying and learn from your previous mistakes. Thank you. That's all, ma'am.
That is really lovely, Joyশ্ree. I really wish I would have
Thank
kept
you,
it in the
Joyশ্ree.
beginning. Yes, sir was, yes. Also wanted that I should have kept it in the beginning. It was really nice because a lot of people have left, but I guess, Joyশ্ree একটু mute করো, echo হচ্ছে. Yeah, thank you. It was really nice the way you have shared. I really liked the way she has interpreted self-confidence. Sorry for keeping it in the last because eto kichu chilo. That's why we will definitely share the recording with others also. It is really nice way you have elaborated, and thanks for all of your participations. I know many of them have already left. So anyone who is new, if you want to get in touch with us regarding communication skills, you are always welcome, and you can also follow my Facebook page. Okay, I will share that once again in the Cognize page also. There is a different page for communication skills also, where I try to give the updates also. Okay, so thanks everyone. Any queries you can ask me later. I really wish or hope that you have enjoyed the session today. Thanks for the lovely comments that you have filled up the chat box with. Okay, thanks everyone. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Yes.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Good night, everyone.
Thank you. Good night. Thank you, everyone. Good night.